What's up, guys? This is Juan with Team PPG XFOE, back with another deck profile video. Today we're going to be showcasing Android 18, as you can see. I feel like with the new ban list coming into effect on Friday, Blue's in a really good spot, especially because of the newer cards that they've been getting. And when I'm saying new cards, I'm referring obviously to the Galactic Buster and the Bojack cards package, I guess you could say. The idea behind the deck is to kind of utilize the ability of Android 18 to free combo a blue card, or minus a 1 combo cost for a blue card. As you may know, all of the Bojack cards you have to pay 1, unless you're obviously using it with Galactic Buster. But if you want to do it more offensively, you're able to just not have to pay that combo cost. Android 18 leader. When you place this card in your leader area, choose up to one Android 21 scheme from your deck and activate it. That's the field card, which we'll get into that in a minute. Aside from that, she awakens. You can choose one of your clone tokens in your opponent's battle area, remove it from the game, draw a card, then choose one card in your life and add it to your hand. So she has a self-awaken mechanic. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 1 and return it to its owner's hand. Depending obviously on what you're playing against, that may be useful or may not. She awakens at 4 life, and then you may draw 2 cards when awakening. It's pretty good that she has a self-awakening mechanic, and also allows you, to see more cards and kind of like have those resources that you're going to need in your hand for whatever situation you may encounter. On the awaken side, with the card attacks, draw a card once per turn. Choose one clone token in your opponent's battle area and remove it from the game. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 1. Again, same effect as the other side. Return to the owner's hand. Then reduce the combo cost of all blue and green cards in your hand and battle area by 1 for the duration of the turn. That's where it comes handy with, especially with the Bojack that's hitting Vegeta. That's mainly the one that you're going to play offensively like that, depending on the scenario. But let's get into the deck. As we mentioned before, we play the Android 21 scheme, which is the field, automatically comes into play right at the beginning of the game. Auto, once per turn, when you or your opponent play a non-token battle card, it can't attack for the duration of the turn. So obviously that's only for the first battle card that's being played. But it's pretty annoying. It's a pretty annoying ability. Obviously can be played around or whatnot, but it allows you to do certain things, and it makes your opponent think twice on basically how they're gonna, do their plays. Also, when you play a battle card, place it in an owner's drop area. A black battle card, place it in an owner's drop area. That's why we don't have any overrun or anything like that. At the start of your opponent's main phase, play 2 tokens with 10k power in your opponent's battle area. Obviously, some people might say, why would I want to give my opponent battle cards? You have another gimmick in the deck that prevents the tokens from attacking, which we'll get into that in a minute. But basically, having tokens on your opponent's side of the field is what allows you to do your plays and do certain things, right? One of the gimmicks that we have for the tokens is obviously the Unison. Activate main. If you don't have a Unison card in play, you choose one of your opponent's clone tokens and remove it from the game. Play this card from your hand in rest mode with a marker on it. Then the +2 on this Unison, if your mono blue leader card gets 5k power for the turn, your opponent's clone token can't attack during your opponent's next turn. So that's basically how you stop that. And obviously tokens can be, at least these tokens can be combo with. So it's basically dead cards or dead battle cards that your opponent's going to have that you're just going to use to your advantage, as most of your abilities, or many of your abilities, are triggered with the token from your opponent's side. Also, he has a -4 activate battle. This card gains 11k and double strike for the turn, which is pretty good. You can use it offensively, depending on the situation. You just build it up because it's a +2 at the beginning of the game, and then eventually you can, trigger up to that if it's not dealt with. We play 4 of those. Aside from that, we play 2 of the blue Unison because we're playing blue, and this Unison is simply amazing. It's just, it's so good. It's a 20k double strike, it's a blocker. You can -1 it and, send a battle card to the bottom of the deck. I mean, not much explanation there. I think it's been seeing a lot of play on different blue decks nowadays. That Unison is just amazing. Moving on, Galactic Buster, we played a 4 of because that card, as the number suggests, is busted. It's just so good, especially with the Bojack package, the new stuff. It allows you to basically, most of the time you're going to use it defensively, as it allows you to combo from your energy. You'll draw a card, and then usually the Bojack Brigade guys, when you combo from energy or when you combo with them, trigger some other effect. It replaces the energy on defense. Even though you do have to tap an extra, depending on what you do have to tap at the end of battle, you do have to tap an extra energy. But it just comes in clutch on specific situation. You may be tapped out, you may, activate this, put it in your energy, going to beam, 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 on tap, just extend your plays defensively that way. Aside from that, we play 3 of the Android 16. This guy basically does the same exact thing as the Unison, in which the tokens are not allowed to attack. But at the same time, at the beginning of your opponent's turn, they get 2 extra tokens aside from the field. So the field gives you 2, this guy gives you 2, so they'll end up with 4. Also, you can remove one of the clone tokens and bring this guy from the drop. So it's like you can recycle him, basically. We only play 2-dimension magic. Reason why we play only 2 is just because we already have like a bunch of stuff. We already have the gimmick with the first battle card can attack. We have Bean, obviously, to protect us. We have combo, we have blockers, we have super combos, Galactic Buster, sending stuff to the bottom of the deck. So I didn't feel necessarily like I needed more than that. Obviously, the deck can be tweaked on certain things, certain numbers. We're still messing with it, but I felt like 2 was pretty good. Senzu Bean, I don't think I have to explain that card. If you're playing blue, 90% of the time you're playing Senzu Bean. The card is just amazing. Not really much explanation there. We only play 2 of the Xeno Super Combo, just because it allows you to, sometimes untap or, grab something that you may have on your energy and you may want it in your hand at the moment, depending on the situation. It just comes in clutch sometime. We only play 2 just because we also like to draw and filter through the deck. So that's the reason why the other two we play the Vegeta, just to kind of cycle and kind of draw sometimes. It just depends on the situation. We play 4 of the Pincer Attack Android 18. If your leader card is blue Android 18 card and you choose one of your opponent's clone tokens to remove from the game, when this card is used in a combo from your hand, add up to 1 Supreme Technique Krillin, which we'll move into that in a minute, from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. You can also pay 1 blue. If your leader card is a blue Android 18 card at the end of battle, in which this card is used in a combo from your hand, play this card from your drop area. So it's just like you can play for 1, it's a 15k, adds aggression, and adds the Krillin, which the Krillin, going into it, we play 3 of. First things first is a blocker. Auto, if it's your turn, choose 1 clone token from your opponent's battle area and remove it from the game. When you combo with this card, choose up to 1 attacking Android 18 card, and he gains double strike for the duration of the battle. So it's basically a champ up for your leader, pretty much. I mean, it will be a double strike for this chick as well, but chances are that you're going to use it in your leader most of the time. Auto, you can pay 1 blue during your turn when you combo with this card from your hand with an Android 18 card in battle. Place this card at the end of the battle. Again, he's a blocker, so it just allows you to play certain things on your opponent's turn, which get around the whole Android 21 field scheme. And it just allows you to add, blocker or aggression or, whatever you may do, which already goes with the thematic of, like, the other guys that you play during your opponent's turn. We played 4 of the Zanya of the Evildoer. This is more just for draw power. If you notice, I don't have any of the yellow apes in the build. I just wanted to kind of, keep it amount of blue or whatnot. And I put that in just to use Galactic Buster. Sometimes you do want a Galactic Buster and you don't necessarily want to play anything, or you may not have anything, name it this Bojack or this Bojack. And when you Galactic Buster defensively with this thing, or even offensively, honestly, it's just a draw 2. Which is great. You draw 1 for Galactic Buster, draw 1 for this chick. And then if it's defensively, Galactic Buster goes back there and replaces the energy, even if it has to tap out another card, depending on the attack. You may end your turn there, whatever case may be, but or your opponent may end up their turn. It just depends on how you use it, but it's always so clutch to be able to, draw that extra card. So it's pretty good. We play 3 of the Android 18, let the battle begin. This is the counterplay. To begin with, it's a blocker. Counterplay, play this card, then if the battle card being played has energy cost of 4 or less, it is placed at the bottom of the owner deck instead of being played, which is pretty good. You can get rid of something and then have a blocker on field at the same time. So if your leader card is an Android card or a Heroine card, you have a Unison card in play with a specified cost of 2 or more, and it's your opponent's turn, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 3. So obviously, pretty much if you go second turn 1, you can get this thing out, and then this is live, pretty much. So it's pretty good. It's also a 15k. Sometimes if you need it for aggression, hey, by all means, go ahead and use it. 4 of the Bojack the Evildoer. This card is just amazing. It's a dual attack 20k, which you can, at the end of the combo, you can pay 2 energy and go ahead and play it. When it comes into play, you choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. It just gets around certain things, certain threats. If your opponent, doesn't attack correctly, you can get out of certain situations. Alongside with Galactic Buster, it just does magic. Sometimes you might want to use it offensively. If you may play your super combo, like literally pay 1, play it to draw a card and get around the Android 21 scheme. Then activate the leader's ability, swing, combo for free as you later will reduce the combo cost to 0, and then just tap the 2 energy, beam, however you want to do it, play this guy and just go at it. If you have more than one of these guys, you can keep playing them or whatnot. It just depends on what you have in the current situation. But this card is just amazing. We only played one of the counterplay or counterplay counter baby. I don't know how I feel about it. I may raise it to 2. I may leave it at 1. I just felt like I didn't really use it that much when I was testing with it. But it definitely can come in clutch on certain matches. I guess it just depends. Obviously, on a best of 3 format, I would definitely side maybe 1 more or whatnot. But it's definitely a good card to have, just in case you never know what can happen. We have 4 Gut Sealing Trunks. Gut Sealing Trunks, again, if you're playing blue with Unisons, you're most likely going to play this card. This card's just amazing. You know, it's I'd say from that set, necessarily it's the best counterplay. I would say that in comparison with the Frieza, the Yamcha, and the Vegeta. I'd say this is the best one, just because the card doesn't see play, so it's great. Obviously, it doesn't get around deflect, but hey, none of the other ones do, except with Frieza. Frieza, it's an auto, but this card is just amazing. We play only 2 of the Big Boy Bojack. I only have it at 2. I don't know how I feel about it, just because it's obviously so much energy that you have to pay for this guy that sometimes I don't want to necessarily do it. I'd much rather do the Vegeta. But sometimes I do want it, given the fact that he's a dual attack, double strike 30k. That's pretty beefy. Also, at the same time, when you combo with this guy and you trigger his ability to come into play, you bottom deck something and you draw a card. And he doesn't have to come into play to trigger that effect because it's not on play as soon as you do it. So he can be countered or let's say bloodlusted per se, but the effect triggers before he comes into play. So that's pretty good. We're playing blue. We're going to play Baby Hatch. You know, I tried it with Kai. I tried it with Pocket Glazy or Heron's Lineage. And they're pretty good, but you know, it's blue. I wanted more defense, so Baby Hatch is the way to go when it comes to that, right? That's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. It's a pretty fun deck. I suggest you try it. I've also tried it with blue-yellow, in which I invited the Bojack Arrival and with the Aegis one, and there's a Masu's counterplay and stuff. I liked it. It's just it's a little bit more complicated, obviously, so I ended up just going mono blue. And this is the current build. Hope you guys like it. Shout out to Team PPG XFOE. Catch you guys on the next one.